All right. We're back already. I've made a lot of videos in the past, I would say 3-4 days. I made maybe between 5 and 6 between Friday and now. And I'm back already. I planned on taking the day off. I thought to myself, I thought I was pretty much caught up with all of the news, and I was wrong. Now, sometimes I'll put it off. I'll figure, not too much has happened. I'll wait until tomorrow. But I need to go back to work right now. It is very crazy out here. The twilight zone is endless, just like the universe. And I don't know how long we are going to put this information out here before something actually is done about dogs. This is a very serious matter. And first of all, I was driving home today and yesterday. I was about to mention it yesterday, but it slipped my mind. Because yesterday I saw the same thing that I saw today. And that is children outside alone. This is not that type of world. It's not that type of world. I don't care where they're going. They're walking home from school. If they're just out playing, you have to go out there with them. I've shared stories, kids getting attacked as soon as they step off of a school bus. I've shared stories where they got attacked as they were waiting at the bus stop for the bus. This is not that type of world where you can just let prepubescent children go outside by themselves. You're going to have to get off the sofa and go out there with them. If they want to play, ride their bikes, well, guess what? You need to be on a bike riding with them. Not only will it serve as protection, but you'll get some exercise. You will get yourself some exercise. This should never happen. We should never see tiny kids. Kids I saw the other day, one of them looked like they was like 5 or 6 years old. I look around, no adult in sight. That's ridiculous. So we need to step our game up. If a child is attacked while he or she is out walking alone with no adult supervision, that attack will be prolonged until one of the kids runs and tells someone what's going on. Then they come out. It's too much time. There's a good chance there will be a fatality in those scenarios. Okay? We should know better. Shouldn't have to tell people that. So y'all gonna have to cut that out. No more being lazy. I know the lazy parent type thing. Go outside and play. Just get out of the house. I know the kids, they drive you crazy. In the house, tearing up the house. And part of that has to do with what you feed them. You're loading their bodies full of sugar. Yeah, they're going to be very hyperactive. Some parents kill me. They act like they don't know what's wrong with their kids. Why they're so hyperactive. Because you pumping them full of sugar. right? Let's get it together. Now, what really made me go live here, I collected some stories, some news reports, and then I said, okay, I'll just do this tomorrow. But then I ran across this one story. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all how exactly it happened, how this went down. So I'm sitting here as usual, scrolling through the news, and I see these videos. Calls for surveillance, dog parks after he and his dog was attacked. All right. A dog attack on the beach. All right. A woman mauled to death after she was bitten 100 times. All right. I'm going to go over that a little later. Then I ran across this article right here. Let me expand this. Right here. Dog trainer shares 8 best breeds to own if you have kids. This man's TikTok video has gone viral. His channel has gone viral. So I clicked on this story, and this is what I saw. Now, I'm going to be honest, people. I looked at this man, and I knew right away that he was going to suggest to parents that they get a bully breed. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his face. This man is about to advise parents to get a bully breed for their children. It is very frustrating to see people like this guy have so much support, where channels like mine and ours struggle to increase in popularity. I'm sorry, people. The look in this man's eyes, his look period, gave me extremely bad vibes. So I scrolled down. The title alone told me that this man was completely out of order. I knew this was going to be some foul, evil, disgusting article. Dog trainer shared 8 best breeds if you have kids. TikTok user South End Dog Training shared all in a viral TikTok video. The ignorance in today's world is truly unbelievable. Ignorance, stupidity dominates. He said golden retrievers are his top choice. No. I'm going to say no. I don't care how friendly they may be. They're too big. When you're talking about advising, see, I will at least give you credit if you're a dog lover. If you suggest the smallest and most harmless dogs for children, that does not include golden retrievers. I've shared many dog attack reports where the dog that attacked was a retriever, Labrador. For you to even suggest large dogs tells me that you're out of your mind, that you're just another one of these insane nutters. He said golden retriever, probably the friendliest, most sociable dog on the planet. Fantastic with children. No dog is fantastic with children. because all dogs will attack them and have attacked them. It says golden retriever. Okay. Let's listen to him. All right. Golden retriever killed 2-month-old baby, ripped the child's legs off. Huh? That was the first result. And guess what? That's not it. Okay, what was this, 2012? Killed 2-month-old baby, ripped the child's legs off while the father slept in the other room. There's your golden retriever right there. The dog that's fantastic with kids. The friendliest dog on the planet. Look at what they wrote. Supposedly gentle pooch. Now, I titled this Random Dog Nuttery 33. This is one of the most random Dog Nuttery videos I've done because I'm going through this for the first time along with you all for the most part. I have not pre-read this. A supposedly gentle mutt, they shared the name, and look at what they wrote. Suspected of killing. What do you mean? Tore the child's body apart. Okay? Okay. What are we talking about? 2-year-old boy killed by a retriever. And the fact is, golden retriever, Labrador retriever, pretty much the same thing. Golden retriever sank its teeth into 1-year-old baby girl's, well, I don't even need to know exactly where the mutt bit her. 2-year-old attacked by a golden retriever. I mean, do we need to go on with this? We all know better. And it's funny. I Googled golden retriever attack child, and this article that just surfaced 3 hours ago, people, popped up. Oh my goodness, man. Again, it is very unfortunate that people like this get so much support. Somebody who's out to do wrong, who's doing dirty, filthy, evil work out here in the world. Big thank you to all the people who stop by and they say that I'm doing God's work. I appreciate that people acknowledge that I'm doing positive work. This is not positive work. This is evil. If I'm doing God's work, He is doing the devil's work. Now, we're just getting started. Other dog breeds that are notoriously good with children are the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the Border Terrier. This man named 2 bully breeds. Can you believe that? I don't even need to Google Staffordshire Bull Terrier attacks child. I don't need to do that. Yes, believe it or not. And this article really is disturbing for us, people who have been covering and keeping up with the news, keeping up with these heinous attacks. I'm going to share a link to that article right now in the chat room. Big shout out to everybody who's able to join me today. ABQ, Ashar, I see y'all in here. Right? Death the Dogs, Serena, Very infuriating article right here. He also included a Greyhound, Saint Bernard. Notice how he names very large dogs, powerful dogs. He doesn't name a poodle for a child. Now, let's get to the worst part of this article. As you can tell, this article is supposed to be in the best interest of children. The main point of this article is to reduce dog attacks. Right? Shares 8 best breeds to own if you have kids. In other words, we're going to help you choose the right dogs that are least likely to attack your children. And those are the dogs that he named. But that's not it. He also listed boxers, another bully breed. Boxers are bully breeds. If I'm not mistaken, they're bully breeds. Right? You want to fact check? Boxers are considered a bully breed. This lunatic sat up here and named mostly bully breeds. Now, I don't know this guy's name. Oh, man, I would love to sink my teeth into this dude. He's supposed to be viral and all that. If you see this video, let's debate this article. Let's look for this guy, huh? Here's his TikTok channel. He has 1.8 million followers. And I guess his channel has received 28.2 million likes. Oh, man, oh, man. Let's listen to one. You want to listen to one? Maybe? Just for a short second. Let's listen to this dog lover.
A dog from a rescue. Number one, we know that they've been health checked. All dogs in a rescue receive vet treatment, receive vet checks.
Okay, so that's enough. That's enough. What you got sad music in the background for? They're committed to these videos having goofy music in the background. And this guy is a bully breed lover, as you clearly can see. Man, oh man. Unbelievable. This guy should be arrested for suggesting mostly bully breeds. Even if he just suggested one. Dude, you should be arrested. If you're truly a dog trainer, you should be arrested. The only way you should get away with saying something this stupid is if you are extremely ignorant. Totally unaware of facts. Now, I'm sorry. I digress. I babble. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But let's get to the worst part of this article. He also said, make sure that you teach your children that dogs aren't climbing frames. Climbing frames. And make sure you teach your children to leave the dogs alone where they're eating and sleeping. He also said, teach your child to be respectful of the dog. And teach your child to be respectful of your child. How do you do that? How are you supposed to do that? Now, I assume that was his way of trying to balance things out. You know, he didn't want to come off as if he was exclusively blaming children for dog attacks, but he still did. This little tidbit at the end telling them to make sure your dog is respectful to your child is null and void. You've already packed on 2 full sentences where you're talking about make sure your kids know how to behave and don't harass the dog. Just drives home this narrative that when children are attacked, it's usually the result of something they did, that they provoked the attack. Basically, they got what they deserved. That's the narrative that he tried to push. Let me share a link to his TikTok. I'm going to look for his other social media. And I'm going to inform him that some people were talking about you. And I'm going to ask him if he has a problem with that, if he disagrees with anything. Hopefully, he answers. Oh, man. Yeah, this article upset me. This guy upset me. And I'm tired of looking at him. Let me go to my PowerPoint. Man, I have too much going on over here, people. Y'all really got to forgive me. A little too much going on. Man, oh man. You nutters, y'all so lucky. Y'all so lucky I work a full-time job plus overtime. I basically work overtime every single day. Y'all so lucky. You're so lucky. But this won't last forever. I'm going to retire eventually. And I'm going to stay on your necks as soon as I do. Owner of Rottweiler that mauled a 7-year-old girl is spared jail. He walked away free. Is that justice? Did they do the right thing? Why was he spared? Owner of a Rottweiler that mauled a 7-year-old girl who was saved by her hoodie has walked free from court. James Palmer was holding the dog on a leash and a harness when it launched itself at the little girl, leaving her with horrific facial injuries. So, James Palmer had his dog on a leash. What does that mean? That means there was supervision. Not only was there supervision at the time of the attack, but the owner had physical control over the dog, allegedly. He was in the process of restraining the dog. It's a big difference between a supervisor, having supervision present while there's a dog present. Y'all know about that law. I told you about that little law where in some states you don't have to have your dog on a leash. They say as long as the owner is nearby. As long as the owner is very close and is able to control the dog via voice commands. Okay, but this individual took it a step further than that. He had his dog under physical control, not just verbal. And it did not stop the attack. More proof that supervision is worthless. Like I've been saying, all this did was allow this individual to witness the attack. So how long are you nutters going to go on and on about supervision, trying to suggest that that's the key to safety? I can pull up a never-ending list of dog reports where the owner was present. Adults were present. There was supervision. Quite often, the dog is even on a leash. and the attack still happened. How many times do we have to hear stories like this? So as expected, the owner, the adult owner, could not stop an attack on a 7-year-old girl. Pathetic. Now, this is the story I mentioned earlier. This story, now, wait a minute. This one surfaced 2 days ago. This nutter with the Rottweiler. This surfaced yesterday. Horrifying death. 69-year-old woman found dead after vicious attack by a pack of dogs that bit her more than 100 times as she walked home. People, what is a 69-year-old woman doing walking by herself? What is she doing walking, period? Outside? Now, it's good to walk. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Let me retract that. It's good for older people to walk. More reason why dogs should be banned. So this lady was out peacefully, minding her business, not harming anyone, walking home from her son's house. And she's attacked, unprovoked as always. Well, buddy, do you think this old lady tried to climb on top of those dogs? Huh? Do you think this lady used the dog as a climbing frame? Do you think this lady walked up to these dogs while the dogs were eating or sleeping? No. The dog saw her and launched an attack. That is how it always happens. By the way, this story also surfaced today, just a few hours ago. So my channel is currently, it is full of dog attack stories, dog attack reports. Right now, people, there has to be thousands. It's well over 1,000 reports of dog attacks on my channel. And all of them involve attacks that were unprovoked. Every single one of them. Now, a nutter will say, well, they may have been provoked. You just were not there. No, we're not going to guess that they were provoked. We're going to go off of the report. Right? That's all we got. And the reports say that they were unprovoked. Kids playing in the yard, kids not doing nothing, adults not doing nothing, and they get attacked. Like this. Dog attacks a mail carrier and left the mail carrier in critical condition. This was a 61-year-old man. I'm sorry, it's a woman. How silly of me. How silly of me. Dogs almost always attack women and children. What was I thinking? So a 61-year-old woman left in critical condition. This story surfaced just a few hours ago. She was attacked by 5 dogs. So, buddy, do you think this mail carrier tried to climb on top of these dogs? You think this mail carrier tried to take the dog's food or bothered the dog while it was asleep? Where are you getting your information, buddy? Where are you getting these scenarios from? You don't keep up with dog attack reports. I know that for a fact. No, you don't. So you're not qualified to give advice. Simple as that. The only people qualified to give advice on which dogs, if any, are best for children are the people who keep up with dog attacks. The arrogance of these people, it's remarkable. And the support they get is unbelievable. This woman attacked by 5 dogs. Why would 5 dogs attack a woman? A 61-year-old. For what? Why didn't any of those dogs fight off the other dogs? Why didn't the other 4 dogs fight off the first dog that started the attack? And that's almost always how it happens. The alpha attacks first. The other dogs join in. You say dogs are loving. They have the biggest heart imaginable. By nature, they're loving creatures. Okay, why didn't these loving creatures panic when they saw their alpha attacking an old lady? Putnam County Sheriff's Office said when deputies responded to the scene, they found a woman on the ground with severe bleeding. She is currently in critical condition. Now is this the same story? I think this is a different story. It's the same story. This was a girl. What was this? I think this is a different story, people. This surfaced a few hours ago. Counsel does not prosecute after child put in a coma from dog attack. This child was attacked by a pack of dogs, and they had to put the child in an induced coma, and they will not be prosecuted for it. They chose not to prosecute for 5 reasons. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Chose not to prosecute for 5 reasons. The dogs were destroyed immediately by the owner, and the attack took place on the owner's property. The owners had shown a level of responsibility by usually keeping the dogs in a cage within a contained property. Okay, well, here you have another example of how worthless or how impossible it is to be a responsible dog owner. You say they were usually responsible, right? Well, what happened this time? I'll tell you what happened. There's no such thing as a responsible dog owner. Dogs can and will manipulate restraints and barriers, just like this dog that was on a leash still attacked that child. These dogs that are usually contained broke free. So if you're in possession of one of these things, you should be prosecuted. It's simple as that. But I know you dog nutters, you want to stay nasty and evil for your whole life. Right? But let's point this stuff out. Look at the other reason why there was no prosecution. Here's the other one. How about this? This don't surprise nobody. Another reason is because it was not known what caused the dogs to attack when 2 children let them out. It was not known what caused the dogs to attack. So because we don't know what caused the dogs to attack, we're not going to prosecute because the kids could have done something to the dogs. Perpetual victim blaming. I got to practice self-control when I go over these articles. I try hard to stay calm, stay relaxed, not to get too riled up. The two final reasons for not prosecuting are that the family were very distraught and cost versus benefit. Public awareness can be achieved through education as well as prosecution. So what? The owners educated themselves after the attack, and that's why they won't be prosecuted? Educate them on what? What are they supposed to be educated about? Is there something that they didn't know before the attack? Did they not know that the dogs can attack? They had this sign up, right? Beware of the dog, enter at your own risk. They clearly knew the dogs were dangerous. Got a slap on the wrist. A free sacrifice. That's all this is. This is a very sick aspect of reality, of society. Now, what is this? This is a different story. This surfaced a few hours ago. See what I mean? I can't keep up with this. I only got to page 3. If I'm not mistaken, I was only on page 3. We'll go back there. Look, 12-year-old boy is recovering in Columbus. Okay, it doesn't say what took place, but the child was at a friend's house. It's safe to assume that this was also unprovoked. They're all unprovoked. All of them. Forever and always. I still have hope. I still have hope that we're going to make a breakthrough. And important people are going to hear our message. And they're going to help us to spread the message. Maybe some lawmakers may hear our message and take the initiative to put in some breed-specific legislation to ban bully breeds, to refuse to lift the bans. Right? Now, what is this? This looks like a lot of stuff has surfaced here recently. Well, this is very random because I'm actually doing my research as I talk to you all. What in the world is this? Like these mutts attacking an eagle. Dogs attacking an eagle. In the world is this? What in the world? Okay, y'all check this out. My goodness. I don't know how many of y'all seen this. But I'm about to show it to you. I haven't watched it yet. But we're going to watch it here together. What in the world? Look at this. Now, I don't know if this is real or not. Oh, what in the world? Look at this. Okay. And you see how these dogs are still trying to get them. People, nothing, no animal on this earth is this violent, is this dangerous, this bloodthirsty. Nothing. These are not animals. Animals don't behave like this. We're going to put an end to this idea that these things are animals. These are not animals. These are nothing but mutants. They are not in an animal category. The only thing animal about them is that they're non-human. That's it. If you don't behave like an animal, and if you are a mutant, you don't deserve to be called an animal. You don't look like animals, and you don't behave like animals. Animals' face is not sagging off their skulls. Animals, their ears stand up. They don't have 1,000 different mutations and deformities. What in the world? This channel is called Dog Attacks. Now, I have a feeling that this person is not showing these dog attacks to, discourage people from owning dogs. This hits me as a dog lover. Now, what is this? Man saves 2 girls from 2 pit bull attacks.
Since the very beginning, the situation gets a little worse, and then I try to forgive, and it gets a little worse, and I try to forgive. You gonna keep adding people? You gonna keep adding people? You gonna keep adding people? I thought we had a good life just like everybody else watching. Trying.
Why? These things, especially, and these are bully breeds. They will simply see someone and attack. That's why, people, you have to stay ready. I don't care what it is. It can be a baseball bat. This would have been the time to pull it out and bash these mutts in the skull. Like a piñata. Smash them. This is when you neutralize the threat. I don't understand how people can defend these things. These lobbies, pit bull lobbies, these apologists, these nutters. How have we allowed these people to get away with projecting these things as family friendly for so long? As the perfect, they attacking for no. I hate these mutants. I swear, I wish with everything in me that I could push a button and cause all of them to vanish from the face of the earth. There's no defending these things. Shame on anybody. Shame on anybody who defends these things. And that especially goes for these pit bull lovers. These are absolutely, and I hate to say it, these are the most inhumane people on the planet. These pit bull lovers. They are the worst of all the dog lovers. Many of these dog lovers are some of the biggest advocates of banning and exterminating pit bulls. There's nothing on this planet worse than a pit bull. And for these things to be legalized in more and more counties and districts, there should be public outrage. Public outrage. Now what is it? Oh, that's that old story there. What is it going to take? How long do I have to do this? How long do the people on Dog Free have to make new topics? How long does Pitbull victim awareness, how many videos do they need to upload before something is done? Before our message hits home, why is it taking so long? There is no excuse. Pitbull victim awareness is working tirelessly to get these reports out. I mean, you talk about dedicated and consistent. That is this channel.
Boy is dead.
Now, I haven't even watched this one yet. Okay, I don't even know. Okay, 6 years. I don't know how recent this is. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, just want to see if this is a recent story. What's going on here? Okay. All right, let's check out the report here.
Boy is dead after being attacked by a dog. Our Danae Bucci is live in Hampton County tonight. Danae, what have you learned in this case?
Frank Riley, this case is now being handled by state investigators as they try to figure out how exactly this happened. Now, the Hampton County Sheriff's Office tells us they were called to a home in Brunson Wednesday afternoon. They say when they arrived, a 6-year-old boy was dead after being attacked by a pit bull. We've learned tonight that the family had been caring for the dog that was found on their property and that they were trying to find it a new home.
Oh my goodness. Some pit nutters brought a random adult stray pit bull into their house around their children. Had a 6-year-old child in the house. These nutters. Oh my goodness. This can't be happening.
We asked to speak to several agencies involved in this investigation, but they all declined.
And they want to try to figure out what happened? What in the world? Who brings stray adult pit bulls into their home where a 6-year-old's present? What is wrong with people? I just don't get it.
And as for the dog, it was captured by animal control and was later euthanized. Back to you.
They should have euthanized it as soon as they found it. That's what we need to do with all pit bulls. Law enforcement, the law needs to be made. Congress, whatever process needs to be done. President, we are going to exterminate all pit bulls and their mixes. In other words, we're going to exterminate all bully breeds. Go door to door, just like they did in China. Tell them to fork over the mutt. And if they refuse, go in there and euthanize it on the spot. That's what they did in China. Shout out to China. They carried out a beautiful culling of these child predators. And that's all they deserve. Dogs, especially pit bulls, they don't deserve nothing but to be euthanized. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Now, euthanize, I've seen people say that a dog was euthanized after it had actually been shot. So call it what you want. Euthanize, put down, shot, spayed and neutered. I don't care how these things are eradicated. They just need to be gotten rid of.
Such a tragic case, and we will stay in contact with law enforcement officers as they try to figure out exactly.
No, what's tragic is you nutters who continue to glorify these things and own them, no matter how many stories like this you hear. Right? That's a lot more tragic.
Now we're going to show you some video which is graphic, but the good news is that both are going to be okay.
Thought I was gonna die.
John Brady describing this terrifying scene caught on cell phone video. A fisherman from Huntington Beach says he was walking back to his boat along the pier in Avalon, Catalina with his Jack Russell Terrier named Josh when 2 large pit bulls suddenly attacked his small dog.
Yeah, I don't want to show the actual attack because YouTube is funny about stuff like that.
with my dog.
Okay, the worthless mutt attacked another dog.
With my body.
As we all know, pit bulls hate dogs, hate other dogs, which is why dog lovers should hate pit bulls. Any dog lover that doesn't hate pit bulls is a fake, phony dog lover. That's the first thing. Pit bulls don't do nothing but attack other dogs on sight. And quite often they view small children as they're just as fast to attack small children as they are other dogs. Pit bulls are the #1 killers of animals in our territory. And they're the #1 killers of other dogs. #1. No true dog lover loves pit bulls.
And then I was just getting mauled and eaten and chewed on and screaming bloody murder, and just
Wouldn't have been me. Wouldn't have been me. I would have protected myself. I wouldn't have been caught slipping. A dog get lucky enough to latch on to me, a pit bull get lucky enough to latch on me, that's going to be temporary. It's going to be temporary. I'm going to levitate that dog. I'm going to lift it off its feet. Right? Let's see if we can finish this. It's a gory news report.
It's just the worst things you could ever think of. I mean, it's begging for help.
The local sheriff says the woman owner and her boyfriend.
Okay, well, this big grown man, if you can't protect yourself from him, why should we look at you as some form of protection, you know, when a child is present? Big burly man, you up there, if you gonna fall and cry and beg for help like a little helpless wimp when you're getting attacked by one of these things, why should we view you as a source of protection? In other words, supervision is worthless. That gets proven after every attack. Supervision is worthless. Not even grown men can stop these things from attacking.
Begging for help.
The local sheriff says the woman owner and her boyfriend were walking the 11-year-old dogs.
I deeply and passionately hate these things. I hate something that's so dumb that it doesn't even know why it's attacking. This is what they were bred for. These bully breeds were bred to kill. You don't trust something like that. You don't do an investigation to find out why it attacked something that was bred to attack and kill. People, that is offensive when they carry out these investigations. Who in their right mind? How dare you breed these things to kill and then conduct an investigation after they kill, after they do what they were bred to do?
On a leash, one without, when they suddenly attacked. Officers.
And I really hate when you heard somebody in the background crying. That really bothers me. What are you crying for? Oh, because this is going to hurt the reputation of pit bulls. Man, please, dump these lunatics on an island somewhere all by themselves. Lunatics like this, they are a safety hazard. They're a safety hazard. Now what, we only halfway through this.
Finally pulled the dogs off of John, and he was airlifted to Harbor UCLA Medical Center.
I've got holes in my legs, that sponges this big that are taking place with tubes.
Attorney Ron Cheney has taken the case.
Dog owners are going to be liable for their dog's acts, you know, regardless if it's going to be on a leash or not. No. Shut up.
That's one of their favorite go-tos as well. You're going to be liable for your dog's actions. No, thank you. I'm going to shoot your dog as soon as it comes towards me. As soon as it charges towards me in an aggressive manner, boom. And I'm going to probably fire multiple times. Probably 2 or 3 times. And I don't, just so it won't suffer, I'll add additional bullets into its head. You don't want it to suffer, but I'm going to protect myself. You're not going to treat me like some worthless animal. And that's what they're doing. By bringing dogs into society, they're treating human beings like worthless pieces of trash. Something that's expendable. Bringing these things into society is their way of saying that the dog's life is more important than ours. Because people are not going to launch lethal attacks on these dogs. People are not going to do that. If anybody gets attacked, it's going to be the people. So don't talk to me about, the owner will be liable. There's a lot of things I want to say right now. But I keep this channel PG-13. And I'm trying to, keep my cool here. But I have some real strong opinions on these foul lunatics.
In this case, it's strict liability. You're going to be liable for the dog's behavior.
No, you're going to be liable. You're going to be liable. Dude, why would anybody care if the dog owner is liable when your face is torn off? Why would somebody like Jacqueline Duran care if the owners are liable when she no longer has a flipping face? They act like that's a reasonable exchange, a reasonable sacrifice. Oh, you got your face ripped off, your throat torn out? We'll be sure to hold the owners liable. If you don't get out of here, goofballs. It's crazy to me how people view their life. It's almost like they got contempt for human life. What a bunch of lunatics.
Dog's behavior and acts.
Yeah, I have a wife. I love her. But, he's my best friend in the world. I have a son. I love him. But nobody can beat the friendship of my Jack Russell, which is Josh.
What? What did this nutter say? What does nutter just say, people? Let's hear that again. Classic. Well, this is classic nuttery.
Behavior and acts.
Yeah, I have a wife. I love her. But, he's my best friend in the world. I got
a wife, I love her, but the dog is my best friend in the world.
Son, I love him.
I got a son, I love him.
But nobody can beat the friendship of...
Nobody can beat my friendship with my dog. You disgusting, filthy, subhuman piece of trash. It's unfortunate that dog, let me not say that. Let me not say that. This fool, this piece of filth got on national television and said that he loved his dog more than he loved his wife and his child. Y'all still think I'm wrong for calling these people lunatics? See, before I played this part where he said that, a lot of you may have thought, oh, you're being too harsh. Oh, you don't have to be that mean. I've had people say that. Oh, he's so mean. He's so mean. No, these people are mean. I'm not the mean one. I'm just responding to their evil. Anybody want to argue? You want to tell me this is not evil? This is pure evil. Evil in its purest form. This lunatic just on national TV said he loved his dog more than he loved his wife and his child. Who does that other than a lunatic?
For the dog's behavior and acts.
Yeah, I have a wife. I love her. But I mean, he's my best friend in the world. I have a son, I love him, but he's still, nobody can beat the friendship of my Jack Russell, which is Josh.
You nasty, nasty piece of trash. You got exactly what you deserve. You subhuman piece of filth. I'm so sick of these people. Who would say something like that? Who would say something like that? I wouldn't even say something like that about a coworker. God, oh my goodness. And this level of evil and subhumanity flies under the radar. That's the killer part, is that this type of sickness, this nuttery, flies under the radar, and it's actually praised. It's praised by the general public. People, our culture is pure evil. This dog nut culture is pure evil.
Now, the sheriff's office says no criminal charges will be filed. They also tell me that the woman owner has decided to euthanize both animals. Now, if you'd like to donate to help...
All these dogs getting euthanized. Oh, dog attack, we euthanized it. Dog attack, we euthanized it. Oh, euthanize that one. Euthanize that one. These nutter lunatics. Euthanize dog after dog. Oh, euthanize it. Oh, just euthanize it. No, at some point, you need to stop and say, you know what? We need to get rid of these things. There are too many attacks. The sheer number of attacks tells you that they're unprovoked. It's not even reasonable to assume that all these attacks are the result of dogs being provoked. Our patience should be out by now. It should have run out by now. There's no excuse to not euthanize every pit bull on this planet. Like I said, if dog lovers had even a drop of humanity inside of them, if these lawmakers, our government, they would at the very least euthanize all bully breeds. But they're giving these things more and more freedom as I speak. Wow. Wow. Boy, pit bull victim awareness. This is such an epic channel right here, man. This channel is going to explode. And it already has made these pit bull lovers, they're heated. Very much so. They're trying their best to get this channel taken down.
Dog attack we've been following since yesterday in Madison. Fox 17 News now has one of the disturbing 911 calls after a pit bull mix attacks 4 people, including a pregnant woman and a 3-year-old boy. I'll warn you, this may be difficult to hear.
This is horrible. This is horrible, Tony. He got the baby. He got the baby. He got the baby. He's eating them. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And you still have these pit nutters going out here, adopting these things, treating them like they're harmless, playing pretend. Was that video I just made not long ago? Never trust people who pretend. This is the result of pretending like these things are 2-year-old children, family members. And then when the thing starts to attack, oh my God, oh my God. Oh man, this is so difficult for me, man. Difficult for me because in all my life, I've admired people, the brilliance of people. So the ignorance and stupidity of people, it really throws me off. It infuriates me. You know, humans have to break free from this mentality, this brainwashery. There's no way, people. There's no way something like this can stand the test of time. This really took off, and let's say since the 70s. We can even say since 1900. This dog culture is still fairly new for the most part. Now, it was going on during the Middle Ages, yes. But right now, there are more there are more bully breeds than ever. There are more attacks than ever. It doesn't even compare. The attacks that we have today does not compare to the attacks, let's say 100 years ago, 1922. There's no comparison. So this out of control nuttery that we see today is very young. And there's no way this can stand the test of time.
That pit bull mix that you see right here, this video taken just after the attack, was put down after the incident on...
What you got it? Why do you have it around 3-year-olds? These people, oh my God. I just despise these people so much. And I get upset because I cannot articulate how much I despise these people. I can't.
Just after the attack was put down after the incident on Meadow Bend Drive in the Neely's Bend area. Again, this is Madison. The victim's family says the dog broke away from a neighbor and just attacked. Dog attack.
Oh, of course. Of course. That other dog I reported on earlier did the same thing. They said the dog broke loose from somewhere. And they, like I said before, notice how they always blame the dog breaking loose for the attack. Why? How did it happen? Well, the dog broke loose. What happened? How did this person get attacked? Well, the dog escaped. Which tells you what? That even dog lovers, everybody, pretty much everybody in society, they know full well that when a dog escapes, that somebody's going to get attacked. Everybody is fully aware how dangerous these things are. Any type of propaganda or rhetoric talking about these things are misunderstood, the nerve of these people to talk about these things and say that they're misunderstood. Like that article I shared on the I think it's the most recent live stream, where that lady talking about that the bite of a pit bull is no different from the bite of any other dog. These people have been given so much freedom to run their stupid mouths that they feel emboldened. They feel like they can literally say anything and have it be accepted as fact just because they said it. So we always need to be mindful. We got to stay mindful of how dangerous these people are. We are constantly surrounded by utter lunatics. Every pit bull owner, every bully breed owner on this planet is a flippin' lunatic. Plumb out of their minds. And we need to start putting them on blast. We got to put pressure on this sick demographic. All their mutants want to do is attack and kill something or someone, anything that's living. And my desire to see them destroyed is stronger than their desire to attack something living. The only thing My desire to see bully breeds exterminated is justified. It's only in response to stories like this. And there are a whole bunch of stories here. A bunch of them I haven't even covered yet. Make sure y'all subscribe to Pitbull Victim Awareness. Stay up to date on this nuttery. Once again, I have spent way too much time on this live stream. Planned on it being a shorter live stream, but it is what it is. Big shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this live stream. My apologies. It looked like I missed a super chat. Big shout out to you, whoever that was, in the super chat. Right? Ban all dogs in the building. Ashar in the building. Right? We hate dogs in the building. Right? Thanks for that link. Looks like he has a website. We Hate Dogs shared a link. And it looks like this guy has some type of website. Right? Make sure y'all check that out. Okay, what happened here? Okay, what did I do? Yeah, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. You think I'd be used to this nuttery by now? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Skull Kid, Lauren Taylor. Is a dog barking right now. Sam Marshall, big shout out to you, everybody. Jonathan Payne, Joe, baby. Hope y'all having a fabulous Monday. It is nice here. Had a lot of rain over the weekend. Look, man, on this channel, I'm not here to, this ain't satire. I'm not here as a comedian, or source of entertainment. My purpose is not, now, I'll be honest, like I said before, this channel started as satire. I did start this channel as satire, as many people know. I planned on this channel just being something humorous. Some guy who hate dogs, crazy guy who hate dogs, and he's going on a rant and tirade. But then when I started to keep up with these reports, I realized this had to sort of segue into seriousness. Seriousness. Because it's a very serious problem in society. Right? And you go, oh man, yeah, they all need to be exterminated. And look, like I said, I'm repeating what several doctors have said. Several doctors have said these things need to be driven into extinction. I cannot believe it's, I don't know, maybe a sign of our failure for so many bans on pit bulls to have been lifted. They've lifted pit bull bans in endless number of counties and districts in the United States. I will say within the past 10 years. That never should have happened. How in the world did that happen? Right? ABQ, shout out to you. Gene, as always, good to see you in here. Bennett in the building. Esmeralda, good to see you here. Daniel, Quince Daniel, all right. He got deleted by Ashar. Must have been misbehaving in here. Nikki Vaughn, shout out to you. Joe Maybe. Any and everybody I may have missed. Sam Marshall. People, be alert if you have kids. Do not let them walk anywhere. You have to go with them. Just no excuse. If you can't be out there with them, don't let them go. That's the last thing you want on your psyche, is to be aware of how vicious these things are and then have one of your kids mutilated with no help, all by themselves. Right? Dion, big shout out to you. Naja in the building. All right. Atkinson, right? Big shout out to you. It helps me a lot. Seth Baldwin. It helped me a lot to be surrounded by people like myself. Dump Dogs in the building, right? Make sure y'all subscribe to Dump Dogs. Oh, I get a lot of comments on the channel where people will say this channel helps to keep me sane. This channel helped to keep me sane. This is as therapeutic for you as it is for me. I'm telling you now, if I was the only voice, that would drive me crazy. That would drive me absolutely crazy if I didn't hear anybody that was receptive to what I'm talking about and it didn't talk about what I'm talking about as well. Boy, oh boy, I would have called it quits. I'd have jumped off a bridge by now or something. Oh man, I'm impatient, people. I want us to be the majority of the population right now. I can't wait another 20, 30 years. We have to take over now. I can't take another 20 years of this. These nutters. Oh my God. And there's no getting through to them. Have y'all ever tried to engage with some of these people and try to talk sense into them? It's like talking to a brick wall. There is no getting through to them. Boy, oh boy. They need to teach this stuff in college and in elementary, all through school. They need to go over this information, go over the frequency, how often dog attacks happen. They need to go over everything we go over here in our public schools. That's a big part of the problem. These schools failing to properly educate and actually going against proper education by bringing dogs into the classrooms, into the schools, teaching the youth to view them as harmless. Just recently, I would say a day or so ago, a child was attacked after that child went up to stroke the dog. Now, that has happened several times. It has happened enough times for them to teach in schools to stay away from dogs. So when are some of you psychologists? BK Bourne made a good point. Where are these physicians? We need more doctors, more plastic surgeons, more people who have a large following, famous people. We need more people like that out here speaking against these mutants. Where are you? Shame on you. If you have influence and you're not talking about this pandemic. Stay safe, stay clean, and I hope to see you all on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.